Hello, friends. How are you doing? Good morning. Good morning. I was waiting to hear the birds, but I missed them earlier. But you know what I noticed whenever I start doing my videos, like they'll come to the window. So I don't know. We'll see if they do it. We'll see if they do it, or if I'm just making it up. We'll see if I'm lying right now. But I could swear, like I never hear them. But then once they start talking, like then you hear them in the videos, right? I mean, that's what I noticed. Anyway, so happy Saturday. So, I am low-key procrastinating. Like, I'm supposed to have a lot of shit done. a lot of shit done by now. But, I'm just chilling. Like, I'm waiting for 5 o'clock so I can have a beer. I'm trying to build up my tolerance because I'm so embarrassed about last weekend. So embarrassed with that fucking margarita. You know, my sister's a church lady, right? And I lovingly, do TikToks about her and, her life and stuff like that. But it's out of love, and I respect her for that. She teaches a class and everything. So yeah, she's in deep. Fun fact, my sister is an ordained, is it called minister? She can marry people. Isn't that crazy? She's like a legit person. She is legit. I used to hate telling her where I worked, okay? Because Miss Thing used to call me all the time, prank calling me, and I never knew it was her. And she'd be having me going for a good while. And then I would be like, is this, because I'm not sure if it's her, really get me going there. Like, and then she would just laugh and then just hang up on me. I was like, wow, I fell for it again. Like, she did it again. Oh, my sister's she's just so funny. She makes me laugh. That's why she's the one that I call. She's the one that tells me I need to chill the fuck out and calm down, leave people alone. So anytime I'm like high strung and like, oh my gosh, because it's all about balance, balancing your, I was a bit, I'm gonna admit I was a bit of a firecracker before my journey, and now I'm a lot calmer, and that's thanks to my sister. Like, she's she can look at things through all aspects. She can look at the other side of things, but at the same time she can also call me and I can tell her, so it kind of works both ways for both of us. We talk each other out of catching cases and whatnot. So, and it was because of her I don't really post my I'd be a little spicy on my posts, okay? I'd be a little shady, and on social media. And once I learned that the wrong people were getting offended, which she explained to me, like, you can't be doing that because that's negative energy that you're putting out, because I like to make people laugh. I may have a different type of sense of humor that somebody else has, and somebody else might get butthurt of something that I say, and that's never my intention, okay? And it's probably not even for you, but the wrong people are getting offended, and I do not ever want to offend somebody by mistake. It's not even worth the trouble and the pain. You can make somebody, you can bring somebody down, despite if it's somebody who doesn't even like you. Like, if somebody doesn't even like me and they were getting butt hurt, I still don't want to hurt that person, because it's never my intention to hurt anybody at all. People don't like me, that's fine. We can agree to disagree. It's probably most likely a misunderstanding, and I understand I can be a little annoying. I know that, I see my ways, and I'm well aware of my annoying tendencies. So I understand I can be annoying. So I apologize, but that's just how I am, and I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry, because that's just me. I don't judge anybody for how they are. You are you. We're all different. We're all, we all have our own lives, so we all act different. So anyways, but it's never my intention, despite if this person keeps talking shit about me and keeps lying on me, I don't want to, I won't, I won't mirror that, you know, I won't give it back to that person, because there's a reason this person feels like this about me. And I don't know what it is, because this person won't tell me. But that's fine, you know. Clear, that's your opinion, and okay, I respect that. I respect your opinion. You don't like me for whatever reason. You keep telling people lies about me for some reason, and only you know that reason. Both you and I know what you're saying is not true. So it's just up to the people, to guess, to make a decision. Clearly, they've made a decision and they don't believe me, so it's fine. It's okay. In due time, everything comes out, and what's done in the dark always comes to light. So it's out of my hands. I'm just gonna let, you know, it'll handle itself out. But I would never want to, and I was doing a lot of like backhanded comments and jabs, but that was towards my ex, the one that used to live here. That person, because that person has done so much to me, since the breakup. Okay, or we weren't even together, but since they moved out of my house, and so many bad things to me. So that was my reaction, because we had an agreement to be cordial, to be cool, you know, we're not going to start drama. And this person didn't even fucking listen. Like, they did whatever they wanted, but that's understandable, because she was hurt, you know. And I can't, you know, because with me, it took me years, like I was already over it. Like, in my mind, we were already broken up. I no longer saw this person in a relationship. Okay. So she thought, because we were still living in the same house, like we're still a thing, you know, we're still together. We were still in love. But this person wasn't even on my social media for 3 years. Like, I had already deleted this person 3 years ago, and we were no longer doing our posts anymore. We weren't doing anything that a couple would do. And, so in my mind, like, I was already broken up mentally, because it took me all that time of crying and getting over it. I had already gotten over it. It was just for her to leave, you know, that was the last step for me. But that was when she was barely starting, because even though we were dysfunctional and it was all yelling and all this stuff, and she looked at me like I disgusted her. Like, she literally looked at me like I was like the most ugliest person in the world. Every morning this person would look at me like that. And I used to tell her, like, why do you look at me like that? And you, like, anytime, like, I would come back from work or whatever, you know, from a hard day's work, like, I would walk in the door, and it was like I didn't even get greeted. Like, it was just like, hey, like, we were just literally roommates, you know. And that used to hurt me a lot, because I don't like being ignored. And I told her, like, for years and years and years, like, you know, that's the one thing she knew she could do to me, like, just ignoring me, like, if I'm not here. And she did that constantly on purpose. She would ignore me. I always had to apologize for things that for arguments that I didn't start and that weren't my fault. I always had to apologize. Because I knew she would never, because she was so stubborn and so prideful, she would never apologize. So I would do it, and that was my mistake. That was a lesson I had to learn. I need to stop apologizing and making excuses for people when they're the ones that did me wrong. I didn't do anything to her for her to treat me this way. I never cheated. I never did anything. All I did was work my fucking ass off and provide. That's all I fucking did. So why was this person treating me like this? Because that's what they're used to. They're used to dysfunction. They didn't have traditional households in her family. They didn't have that, you know, and I did. I had so many, I had people that I would look up to in my family that were, had long marriages and stuff like that, and that's what I wanted, and she didn't have that. That was like, her normal was chaos and dysfunction, and I didn't want to be part of that. It took me a long time to realize that's what she liked, and I had to put my foot down and be like, no, I don't want to live like this. I can't live like this. I'm miserable, and once I got over it, and once I got a glimpse of what happiness was, I was like, wow, is that what's really out there? Is that what it's like? But yeah, that was the one thing that she would do a lot of, was she wouldn't even like reach out to me. Like, it was always me reaching out to her, like all the time, like text us, like if we weren't together, like if I was at work or whatever, or if I was at, like if I would go somewhere like with my family and she would be pissed off because I left the house, and I would text, say, hey, I'm here. Like, she wouldn't even answer me back. She'd just like leave it like that. And then when I get home, like, why didn't you answer and say, oh, okay, cool, have fun or something? Just fucking ignore me. She goes, because you're with your family. I wanted you to be with your family. That's what you wanted to do, right? Is be with your family. She would make me feel guilty for wanting to be with my family. And I never held her back from her fucked up family. So I was so dumb. I was really dumb. And I made a lot of excuses for her. And that's what I do. I make a lot of excuses for people who, who treat me badly. And I stopped doing that. I'm not doing that anymore, because I always try to, because I can tell when a person's hurt and a person's been through a lot and a person's closed off. I can tell. Okay. And I like to use that as an excuse for people to mistreat me. Like, that gives them a green light. Oh, that's okay, they'll change later. No, they're not. If you allow somebody to ignore you, like I did with my ex Chris, I allowed it, and I would just be like, oh well, and then just text anyway, keep texting like a fucking idiot, and she knew she had the upper hand. So I had to stop that. I had to stop doing that, to show her. And when we broke up, she was like surprised that all of her tricks weren't working anymore. Because I'm not going to deal with that anymore. I dealt with it long enough. I've apologized for things that weren't even my fault, for years, and now I'm not going to do that anymore. Now it's time for other people to take accountability, because I'm not going to go back into that cycle. That's my lesson to learn, is to stop, to not hold people accountable. People have to be responsible for them. I can't take the blame for them, and I can't do it for them. They have to do the work for themselves, is my lesson. Anyways, son left last night. He's gone for the weekend, with his granny. He's in great hands. He's living his best life. And I've just been meditating, chilling, thinking, crying. No, just kidding. I haven't cried. Believe it or not, I have not cried. I've been sad, because I'm stressed about tomorrow and other things. But it's not taking over me. I'm still remaining positive. All right, friends, I'm going to go ahead and mosey on over and get stuff done that I'm supposed to be doing. Y'all have a great weekend. Y'all be safe out there. Okay, I'm going to try to stay out of trouble. Let's see, what can I leave this video off with? Oh, lead by example. Even if somebody doesn't like you, cool, no big deal. And keep it moving. Remember, hurt people hurt people. All right, y'all have a good weekend. Bye.